Hello and welcome back to, I want to say Black Closet, I think that's right. Yes it is, good. Why does my brain do that? Anyway. Case 002. Esperanza, the top art student in her class, is due to unveil her newest work at a special presentation for the Board of Trustees on September 22nd. Make sure the painting she has designed is appropriate. Case 003. A large number of world history students all got the exact same grade on their recent test. Is someone cheating? Investigate students Willie, Harley, Nalia and Uska. Alright. So we have multiple quests to do, so that's over there. Okay. Someone with stealth skills to stalker. Congratulations, Rowan, you get that job. Someone to search her room, because I figure I might as well smack one quest down as quickly as possible. Who needs stealth and observation, which annoyingly means she would have been perfect for it. But if I assign you and the stethoscope, so a 15% chance to lose. So can I deploy an animal? Okay. Okay, so I can deploy an animal decoy as well, so fair odds unknown. So I think I can safely assign that. Okay. Now we need to do some polite but firm interrogations. So let's start with you. Friendship and observation, so you are going to question her. And you are going to question her. While you search the world history room. Stealth skill's not terribly good. Don't know why anyone would use a lemon, given that it knocks everything down, but I suppose it takes up room in your inventory, doesn't it? So might want to use it on something you're confident on, just so you can get rid of it. That makes sense. Alright. No, the odds aren't good on that. So I think actually, I could have her harass her, because she's got very high harassment score. So yes, harass her. Okay, that's everything we can do, so done. Stalking her. Too close to call. Doesn't seem to notice you following her around, but you don't learn anything new. Search her room. Succeeded there, quietly searched it. Observation chance wasn't great, but it was high enough. The art in progress is easy to see. It's a painting of a male pole dancer. Completely inappropriate. You've got to talk her out of displaying this. You now persuade or detain her. 5. Yup, you're going to bull rush through her. World history test was awesome. I got an 82. I never do that well. I got so lucky. That world history test was horrible. I got an 82. I never do that badly. I can't understand how I could have gotten it wrong. Too close to call. I lost some karma. Vinay has arrived at my office for a meeting. Captain, there's some paperwork you need to fill out. Does that make you... Yeah, that really should make her XO. What's this about? Something to do with updating your school medical insurance? Apparently, the student council president, you're entitled to a higher tier at no extra charge. Prerequisites of power. I'd do it myself, but it asks for your personal information, parents' addresses, birthday, all that. I suppose I'll have to then. Thank you, Lieutenant. You're welcome. If you finish it quickly, and I have it delivered in return for... If you finish it quickly, I can have it delivered and return in time for today's assignments. So, I'll see you then. Alright, so, we need to talk to the artist, we need to persuade her, that's going to take friendship. So, you're doing it. So assign you there. Particularly as her friendship skill isn't particularly high, so we should be fine there. Alright, so we've talked to 3 of these people. I say various people all getting the same test result is weird. So you're going to search the World History classroom. And then you could probably do with a break if we're honest. You are going to get questioned by you. And you are going to get harassed by you, because that's got a very good chance of succeeding because she's an excellent harasser. You are going to take a week off. Or a day off, rather. Yeah, complete bull rush there. You try to convince Esperanza to paint something else. She says, maybe you're right. I need to consider my audience. She agrees to prepare a more appropriate painting for the board meeting. So that's been solved. Time plus 7 days, grade A. Gained 3 skill training points. Okay, so quietly search the classroom. You notice a large number of abandoned coffee cups on the teacher's desk and a scribbled bit of paper that says, all work and no play. History teacher didn't even grade the sodding thing, did she? Yep, too close to call. Oh, you've got a pretty good social... You've got a really good social score, actually. Should be a successful intimidation. Still too close to call. Mallory has requested a private meeting. Hi. Thank you for seeing me. I'm always happy to talk to my officers. Of course you are, because you're good. And you're the president. The student council does good things, right? We do. Well, we act for the greater good. This isn't what I was expecting. I thought it was really nice of everyone to make me their representative when I'd only just started at this school. I was looking forward to helping people. Not to being a bully. So, the excuse of psychopaths and lunatics everywhere. The other excuse of psychopaths and lunatics everywhere. And, oh my god, you are such a bastard. Ah dear. I suppose. Well, you're in charge, so I trust you to know what's best. Thank you for seeing me anyway. Now that she's made her point, there is business at hand. Alright. So. I still maintain it's something to do with that teacher rather than any of the test takers. Still. I don't think we're going to crack him, unfortunately. Not easily, anyway. You have fairly low stats, so you're going to get questioned by Mallory. She has a pretty good chance of succeeding. See if we can wheedle anything else out of it. Meanwhile, somebody's going to search Urska's room, and that's going to have to be you. You've got good stats on that one. Somebody's going to have to search this room, which means you. And neither of you are particularly good searchers, so I'll leave them for now. So yeah, she genuinely thinks she got lucky. Successfully searched her room. Haha! You find her test paper and look at her answers. Yes, she did receive a grade of 82. caught ransacking her room and we lose 5 karma. You find her test paper and look at her answers. She also received an 82, but her answers to questions are different. Something is wrong with the grading. At your prompting, the world history teacher agrees to regrade the papers. Case closed. Yep. As you could tell from the time you looked at their desk that... Oh, God, we buggered that one up. Alright, so we can at least train somebody up, and... observation skills could do with being a bit higher on some of these people. Stealth skills could certainly do with being higher. Renee, you are going to go to the training room. Meanwhile, you are going to search the supply closet. Okay, you need more points in stealth. A wooden ruler. Greater intimidation. Theus has requested a private meeting. Oh, good, you're here. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. This won't take that long. I just thought I should point out that I am not a servant. My birthday parties have been detailed in the society pages since I was 13. My calling cards were engraved and registered within a week of my birth. So, fetching supplies? It's beneath me. I didn't hear your sister complaining. I am not here to talk about my sister. This is about me. I am simply pointing out that you are wasting my talents and I won't stand quietly by. Your concerns are noted. I'll see what I can do. I'm glad to see you're willing to be reasonable. Ta! Now that she's made her point, there is business at hand. Actually, there kind of isn't, to be fair. Get some supplies. Ooh, jewellery. Loaned jewellery. That looks promising. Alright, so... I feel like I should be concentrating on a couple of them. Because let's face it, this one is you know... It's a Hanako game, so there's probably some element of romance in here. Because, you know, a lesbian romance for the win. So, yeah, let's talk to Theus again. You go to Theus's room and knock on the door. She doesn't seem the picnic sort. Movie? A movie? I guess we could. I'll just go and get my purse and then we can go. The cinema front is decorated with posters for various films and a marquee of showtimes. You pick a film, I'll get the snacks. No popcorn. Gets grease all over your fingers. Maybe candy if you see something nice. She waves you on as she looks over the list of films. After you return with your snacks, she hands you a ticket, and you proceed into the cinema together. You settle in to watch a movie about a young woman attempting to win the interest of a rich businessman's son through her talent in ballroom dance. Of course, there's a big misunderstanding, and they part with tears and anger, requiring an even larger scheme to get them back together. The happy ending comes with a dance number that seems to incorporate the entire city. Theus rolls her eyes around her rolls her head around on her shoulders, stretching her neck. That was fun. I mean, it was predictable, almost cliché in elements, but those elements were well put together. Too bad it wasn't a musical. It's even more of a show if everyone's singing too. Can you sing? No. I am the audience, not the performer. Anyway, thank you for the trip. Ta! Loyalty increases by 5. You go to Vinay's room and knock on the door. You seem like the type who'd like the planetarium. I'd love to, thanks. You head to the Science Museum, where you bypass the super high-definition movie displays and walk to the largely empty planetarium. The seats are large and comfortable, and it's not all that difficult to find two of them together. You lean back and wait, and eventually a program unfolds. A fly-through projection of first the solar system, and then the entire galaxy. While listening to the narrator's soothing tones, you hear a strange little sound coming from nearby. Vonay, was she about to say something? You're sure that you heard her breath catch. You wait, but her attention seems totally focused on the stars overhead. Outside, after the show, Vonay seems subdued, and she walks beside you, offering no words. Are you alright? What? I'm fine. I'm sorry, am I being too quiet? I suppose the stars make me a bit melancholy. They're beautiful, but Well, they're so far away. Even when they're projected on the walls so close at hand, they'll never be in reach. Well, maybe never is too strong a word. Strike boldly into the future to explore new worlds, new horizons. Or am I only dreaming? Someday people will travel the stars. Put it this way, I firmly believe that if the human race can actually manage to get its shit together, which admittedly we are not even slightly close to doing, someday we will reach other stars. Let's face it, NASA has those theoretical plans for a warp drive. Seriously, if you haven't read the scientific data on that, don't get me wrong, the maths is beyond me. And let's face it, my final year project at university was entitled Rocket to the Stars. It was all about, going from on the ground, here's how a rocket basically works, and then you get into relativity and the issues of getting to other planets. But if this warp drive stuff, if the theoretical stuff actually pans out, it'll be incredible. It'll actually allow for FTL travel. The only problem is, given their current data, it's going to take more energy than we can currently produce to make it work. Actually, some of the initial calculations basically said it would take more energy to work than is outputted by our sun in its entire lifetime. Which is a slight problem, but they're working on it. But anyway, so yes, I firmly believe that humanity will one day get its shit together and get to the stars. Probably not in our lifetimes, though. Someday. I suppose we ought to get back. Thank you for coming here with me today. She pauses, blinking, takes a breath, but says nothing, and lets it out again. Elsa, do you think everything happens for a reason? Things just happen. We create the reasons. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. No, don't worry about it. I was just rambling. Don't mind me, please. Too much time in the dark with my mind wandering. We better get going before I start telling you how we're all made of star stuff. And Vonne's loyalty is increased by 5. Reminder, if you get a success result on an action, there is usually nothing more to be gained from repeating that action unless new evidence is discovered. However, some activities only happen at specific times. Okay, begin the week. Case 4. The handcrafting ring belongs to Evangeline has vanished. Locate and return the ring. Evangeline last remembers seeing it either in her room or on the track. Also, both Leah and Peyton were admiring it recently. Addison and Janessa came to class recently with suspiciously similar injuries. Have they been fighting? Okay. So, let's start by sending Mallory to talk to... Question. Now I'm going to send Rowan to stalk her. That seems reasonable. While Mallory questions her. Meanwhile, somebody needs to check the track. Fortunately, she's our best searcher of stuff, but she's busy stalking. So... You've been seen admiring it, so question you. I'm not going to intimidate too much, because that runs the risk of... yeah, your friendship isn't that great, but your... sight is, and... I think then we need to... Not much you can do apart from intimidate her, and there's not much point you doing that. Your stealth and observation probably aren't good enough to search these places. Screw it, give it a pop. Okay, so you stalked her, too close to call. Notices her. Oh, sorry, we went rock climbing together the other day. I guess we got some bruises. Looks like there's no mystery after all. Well, that was easy. Gained 2 skill training points. Don't know what you're talking about, haven't seen it. Don't know what you're talking about, haven't seen it. Didn't find anything. Alright, well we've solved one case. So now, I think Rowan needs to search Angeline's room. Inspect while Mallory and Vone search the track. Meanwhile, this is going to harass her with the help of Althea, because that should absolutely bull rush her. Search her room. Good. You find the ring. Evangeline must have dropped it. Cancel games 5 sharp. Fabulous. Simple, easy, no yeah, 5 skill training points. Fabulous. No new information to report. Okay, so are we gonna send her to the training room. And let's send Mallory into the supply closet, I think. Get some supplies. Okay. And your stealth skill is going all the way up to 30, I think. So you could do with more people with high stealth. Ooh, some high heels. High heels increase your intimidation skill. Interesting. And cannot use this item on this target. Oh well. Get some supply. No. Okay. Gained a hall pass, which massively boosts our stealth. That's nice. Miss Talmage has arrived at my office for a meeting. Good afternoon, Elsa. I hope your regular investigations are proceeding well. However, that is not why I'm here. Now that you've had some time to mingle with the other girls and watch their behaviour, do you have any leads on who the traitor might be? It's too soon to be certain, of course, but perhaps you might have identified a prime suspect? At the moment, nobody really stands out. Because again, I don't know. I suspect the traitor actually changes. Because, let's face it, if it's the same person every time, that makes it kind of boring. But nobody stands out. Really? Oh, I do hope that's a sign of you being cautious, and not one of undeserved loyalty. Don't be misled, Elsa. One of those girls is lying to you, and she will make you pay the cost for her deception. Whatever the case, time is not on your side. The traitor must be exposed and expelled before the Harvest Festival. That means on October 24th you must be prepared to deliver a final verdict. You cannot investigate each student equally. Focus your attention on those who seem most suspicious. Build their loyalty. Learn their secrets. The school board is counting on you to make the right decision. I'll leave you to your work. So... okay. What was I thinking? Let's send Mallory to the supply closet. Nope, I can have no more than 5 items. Okay. So I've got nothing to do this week. Go ahead, skip this day. Okay, so... you've succeeded all the time. You've had a couple of close ones. You've had a bunch of close ones. You've succeeded. You've mostly succeeded. Which kind of implies it's one of these two. Which is annoying, because they're the ones I'm building up the loyalty on. But, oh well. You go to Theus's room and knock on the door. Ooh, so now we have... would you care to go on a picnic? You want me to sit on the grass? I do have a picnic blanket. Is it clean? Do you know which side is up? Oh, fine. I suppose I can sit with you for a while. You head out onto the school grounds and look for a place to spread your blanket. You You find somewhere out of the way, where you're less likely to be interrupted, and set your basket in the shade of a tree. A few minutes later, Theus arrives. What are you hiding back here for? I had to look all over the place. Despite her complaints, Theus settles herself on the blanket, and she sits neatly, her skirt arranged around her so that none of the fabric will touch the grass. Well, what's for lunch? No sweet option, so that's the obvious choice out. So, special delivery. She seems like the sort who'd appreciate. Ugh, it's all sticky. She holds the food gingerly as if she expects it to bite. Theus's complaints don't prevent her from eating the food you've arranged, and she takes dainty little bites, never dropping a morsel or smearing her makeup. Are you staring at me? Of course, I am a pretty picture, as usual. Do you have any artistic accomplishments, Elsa? Perhaps you're thinking of drawing something? Well, depends. Would you like to model for me? That would depend on what you had in mind, and whether you're any good. I wouldn't want to lend my likeness to an inferior work of art. Theus tips her head back, exposing her neck as she looks up at the clouds. I should have brought a sketchbook. Actually, I've finished eating, so I think I'll go draw. She stands up and dusts off her skirt. I'm sure it was nice seeing me, wasn't it? Tar? This is loyalty increased by 5. So yes, at the moment I'm going to focus on these two because they have the lowest success rate, which implies it's one of them. You go to Vinay's room and knock on the door. Open night in the coffee house. A what? Well, I suppose as long as you don't expect me to perform. We can be the audience. I'm happy to volunteer for a mission of cultural exploration, Captain. Shall we? I love the fact she refers to you as Captain, and her design does have a vaguely military uniformish vibe to it. The coffee house is a warm, intimate space, filled primarily with students and young professionals. The two of you in your white uniforms stand out from the crowd, but not enough for anyone to stare. Since neither of you are performing, you can stand in line together, get your drinks, and choose a table. The artists get better seating, so they can mount and dismount the stage more quickly, but it's not a large establishment, so even the lesser seats are close enough to the action. You sit back and relax, as a procession of poets, philosophers, and one performance artist, is the closest term you can think of, take the stage. Vinay seems politely interested in most of the acts, murmuring her opinions on one or two of them for your ears only. I do like poetry. It's soothing the way that words are ordered when rhyme and reason and scansion? No idea. Are in step. But the best poetry to my ear is very old-fashioned, soothing, but not exciting. Some of the acts we've seen tonight, I feel like I ought to appreciate them more than I actually do. Oh well, I can't expect an artistic breakthrough on every evening out. Perhaps we should come again another time? If you like. Thank you for a lovely evening, Captain. I'll escort you home. And Vinay's loyalty is increased by 5. Reminder, suspending a student is a strong punishment. Most guilty parties will break down and apologise after being suspended. Suspension isn't enough to stop bad behaviour. Only expulsion remains. Right, that seems like a very good point to end this part, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.